Can we all hear me? Can we all confirm that we can hear me? Wow. Okay. Microphone is working great. Microphone is working great. So, yeah. So I'm just gonna wait for people to join in. I give about a minute before we start. Yeah. Okay. So just a couple of minutes, 3 more minutes, and then we get started. I like to start 5 minutes after the time. Oh, I can see some comments. All right. Okay. Hi everyone. Let me know where you're joining from. Are you in Nigeria, Lagos, Abuja, Ibadan? Where are you guys joining from? Let me know. This is our last webinar of the year, and it's going to be quite amazing. Please confirm that my voice is, you can hear me clearly. Confirm that you can hear me clearly. Hi, Dolapo, joining from Ogun State. How you doing? This year has been quite an amazing year, and I intend to give a lot. Thank you very much, Dolapo. I intend to give a lot this webinar. I actually intend to give a lot. It's going to be quite an interesting session for you and for me. So I want you to pay attention. Once it's 19, I say 19. Once it's 7:05, we get started. Please pay attention. The recording may not be available, right? So I'm trying to send messages to people who had indicated that they would like to be part of the webinar. So I've got quite a lot of messages. Hi, Dolabo. Ife from Kwara, how you doing? David, where are you joining from? It's so amazing to see you guys here. Anytime I have a webinar to run and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, I'm always very grateful because, man, there used to be times where we couldn't even get one person to listen, but, having delivered value over and over again, just grateful to God for that. So before we get started, what are your expectations for tonight? What are your expectations for tonight? Let me know in the comment section. My northern friends will say comment. Let me know what you have for me in the comment section. Oh my God. I'm coming though. Let me drop that. Yeah, we're starting now. So yes, please share the link with your friends. Share the link with your friends. Hi, Tosin from Osun State. All right, so thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Obi Namdi or Namdi Obi. You're welcome to the JumpStart Conference, right? And it's going to be an amazing night. I've prepared this for more than 2 weeks. I want to share quite a lot, to you guys on how to have an amazing year. There are some issues at the beginning of the year for some people. I've had conversations with different people across, different industries, different career paths, and different types of people this year. And it was such an amazing year. And I would love to share, some of the things I've learned, some of the things that have worked, and tell you how to avoid things that did not work, how to get repeatable results, right? So it's such an amazing time, right? So yeah, so if I said a blueprint to aid the path forward, I'm kind of confused presently. Don't worry, at the end of this session, you will not be confused again. It's going to be an amazing session, right? So I'm just going to go over to my slide and we take it from there. So you're welcome to the JumpStart Conference, right? This particular conference was set up to transform your year by doing the right things at every stage. You have to be able to navigate with the right map. If you're going on a journey and you want to get there fast, without injuries, without issues, and on time, you have to get to your desired path or your desired destination with a map. And that's what I'm going to be presenting to you, you guys here, right? So I want you to pay attention. I want you to, ask questions along the way, or you can save your questions so that I can be able to answer them at the end of this conversation, right? So it's going to be an amazing time, I promise you. All right, so let's get started. So first of all, who am I? I like to answer this question because some people always ask that. So what gives you the authority that you can teach us? What makes you the guy to be able to teach us? And I'm gonna say this: I'm multi-talented creative. I'll explain what that means. And a businessman focused on driving results for businesses and individuals in terms of ideas, systems, and revenue. I'm a teacher at heart and a doer at hand, right? So I like to do stuff and I also like to teach, right? Teaching is my forte. So when I say I'm a multi-talented creative, is I've got a lot of skills, right? So most of you guys know me as salesman or be the sales and marketing expert. Some other people know me as a web designer. Some know me as a product designer. Some know me as an ads manager. Some know me as a copywriter. Some know me as a digital marketer. Some know me as a graphic designer. Some know me as a speaker, right? Some know me as a teacher. Some know me as therapist. Always advising them on how to go about their life, right? So I'm a multi-talented creative and a businessman, right? I like to do business, like to make money, like to make profit, and I like to also show people how to turn their ideas into profit, build systems that help them to keep making those profits, and of course, increase the revenue for whatever business it is that they're doing. So I hope you're going to enjoy this class. Tonight is going to be an amazing night. Again, I keep saying it's going to be an amazing night because it's going to be an amazing night, right? So I want you to pay attention. So before we go on, I'd love that one of the things you do for me that I will really appreciate is if you subscribe to my YouTube page, because from next year, there's a lot of video that's already being created and edited. They're going to put it out on YouTube. That's going to help your business, your career, whatever it is you're doing. It's going to help a lot. So subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you won't miss out on stuff like this, right? So hold on. It's going to help a lot. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, I want to reduce. I'm trying to watch myself, right? So I know what questions you guys are asking and all of that. So do subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I really appreciate you guys for joining. So first things first, right? So looking into the future, what will you get at the end of this webinar, right? You're going to learn how to build a results-driven year. You're going to learn the 8 proven strategies for repeatable results, how to increase income, influence, and impact, and how to create business growth for long-term impact. Again, looking into the future, that means at the end of this program, this is what you're going to get. These 4 things that, I have mentioned. Now, without further ado, or how do you guys say it in English? Without much to say or much to do, let's hop into the class. You can always drop your question on the comment section, and I would respond to every single question. If I see it, yeah, I'll respond to every question. So please drop any question, anything you don't understand. It's supposed to be an interactive class, even though it's on YouTube, but I'll check your questions on the comments. All right, let's forge into it. Now, building a results-driven year, everything starts from reflection, right? For you to be able to drive results, whether it's for a business, whether it's for your career, whether it's for whatever it is, whether it's for your business, your marriage, your relationship, whatever it is, you have to reflect, right? And what does reflection mean? It means looking back at your goals, your intentions, your motives, your actions, your discipline, and your decisions. These are things you don't play with, right? I know most people just stop at goals, but sometimes you need to check your motive, right? Because it's your motive that drives you. It's your motive is your why. Sometimes you need to check your decision, where they're slow, where they're fast, or were you even supposed to make such decisions. Sometimes you also need to check your actions, how you are doing stuff. Are you the hard guy? Are you the soft guy? Or are you the guy that likes to be praised after? You know how you do your actions, how you take things seriously, your discipline, all of that. You need to reflect on it if you're going to have a results-driven year. Now, let's proceed. Now, we need to break those things into different parts. So first thing we need to look at is your goals. You need to reflect on clarity and direction. Now, I have a couple of questions that we're going to be asking and we're going to be answering, and I'd like you to get a note so that you can write your answers. I'd love you to really participate in this class so that you can write your answers. Now, what were your top 3 goals you set for yourself this year? I know I've spoken to quite a number of people. Some people are just like, oh no, SMO, I don't need to set any goal for the year. Well, whatever the Lord, is man that propose and God will dispose. I'd be out-based to say it. It's man that we plan, it's God that we make it to happen, And so some of them don't see a need to either write down their goals, make an effort. They don't even see the need to try to fix their goals or even make an effort towards, doing something amazing. And so they don't end up writing goals. But for some people, they wrote their goals down. So the first question is, what were the top 3 goals you set for yourself? Was it in relationship? Was it in your work with God? Was it in your business? How much money you want to make? Was it in your finances? Was it in your career? Was it in education? What were the goals that you set for yourself? You should have at least 3 goals that you set. I like to break them down into your faith. Make a goal for your faith. Make a goal for your fitness. Make a goal for your family. Make a goal for your finance. And I can't remember the 5th one now. But you need to set 3 goals for yourself each year. You can do as many as 5, right? There's an exercise that I usually take. I think I heard it from Brian Tracy. Get a sheet of paper, write down all your goals. You will even get to 30. You realize that you don't have so much that you want to achieve, right? But take out your top goals. What were the goals that you achieved this year? Which of those goals did you achieve partially or abandon? Which one did you achieve? Which one did you partially achieve? And which one did you abandon? Did I abandon a lot of goals this year? Yeah, I abandoned some goals because I didn't really see them as something that would actually take me forward. So give me a minute, guys. I abandoned a couple of them because I did not see where they were taking me to. I didn't see a way forward, right? So I abandoned quite a number of those goals, right? And it's fine if you abandon some of those goals when you realize that this is not taking you anywhere. But you have to be honest about the ones that you abandoned and check why did you abandon them, right? Which of these goals did you achieve? And be grateful for the ones that you've achieved. And also for the ones that you did not achieve completely, ask why. Were your goals specific, measurable, or mostly vague ideas? One of the things I tell people, even when they want to start a business, is whenever you're starting a business, you have to be very clear on what your goals are about that business. Saying things like, I want to make money is not a goal. I want to make 5 million from selling this product to so amount of people is a goal. But when you say, I want to make money, 2 naira is money, 10 naira is money, 5 naira is money, right? Saying things like, I just want to be okay is not a goal. I just want to be fine is not a goal. It's not specific, it's not measurable. You're just saying things in thin air, right? It's like the way the attitude we have towards our country where we're saying we want Nigeria to be better. Do we? If we say we want Nigeria to be better and this is what I'm going to do to make it better, that's specific, that's measurable, you can track that. But when you're just saying, I just want to be okay, that's not a goal. So when your goals specific and measurable or mostly vague ideas, you need to reflect on these things. Have you written now that you've written your goals that I asked you to write your goals down, are those goals specific or measurable, right? Or are you looking at it now and be like, I don't think this is a goal. Oh. Now, lastly, did you set these goals because you truly wanted them or because others expected them from you? Now, I'm going to be honest, this part hit me big because this year, one of the goals that I set for myself wasn't necessarily because I wanted it. It was because I was tired of hearing people say, oh, you need to get this, you need to do this, you need to do that. I was like, you know what, you have the money, just go and do it, right? And I went to go and do it, and I regretted it instantly because that wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. And it wasn't something I was really interested in doing at all. I had no interest in doing it. I didn't want to do it. It was clearly because a couple of people that I respect in my life expected that from me. So being honest with myself is one of the things you're going to try in this new year. Being honest with yourself, is what you're going to try this new year. I'm honest with myself about, okay, this goal, I put this goal, I spent money on this goal. It wasn't part of the plan. But Mr. A, Mr. B, Sister A, Sister B had already told me they would love me to do this thing. And I did it, not because I wanted it. So next year, I'm not going to make such a mistake, right? I'm going to do what I want to do and what I'm sure I'm capable of doing. I can give my time to, I can give myself to actually achieving those things, right? So if you want to go back to school, ask yourself why. If it's for yourself, please, by all means, go back to school. But if it's not for yourself, it's because somebody's pressuring you, don't do it. You'll get frustrated. If you want to start a business, everybody say, oh, you talk a lot about business. You're very good with it. Maybe you should leave your job. Don't do it. You will regret it. If you come out, you're going to be crying and there'll be nobody there to, hug you and say you're going to be fine because they were not there when you were making that decision. So when you're setting your goals and all of that, be honest about it. Did you set these goals because you wanted them or you could achieve them or because others expected them for you? This is reflection. This is how you're going to have an amazing year when you're answering questions like this. Now, the second thing is to look at your actions, your execution, and your discipline, right? Now, what are the daily or weekly actions that you took consistently that moved you towards your goal? This is a very important question. Every time I want to achieve a goal, I have a goal towards my health, my mental health, or I have a goal towards my career, I have a goal towards my business, my finance. The first thing I do is, what are the activities that I need to implement every single day to get the results that I want to get to? I'm not just going to say, I'm going to get, like this year, I did not actively, okay, let me give you an example. I tried losing weight this year. I eventually did, but there were actions that I took towards losing that particular amount of weight. It wasn't a lot, maybe like 5 kg. First was sleeping right. I had to, towards the end of the year was when I made that goal that, you know what, I want to sleep well. I want to start thinking straight. I want my life to be in order. I have so much I want to do. I can't keep, buzzing and crying about not being able to do stuff. I want to fix things. So first thing I did was my routine. I won't work on social days. I will work on this from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. No one was going to stress me. I'm going to watch TikTok till I sleep, or I don't watch TikTok at all. I'm going to sleep on time. And if I don't sleep on time, I'm actually going to catch my sleep because I understood how important sleep was. In terms of food, I took, okay, I'm going to be eating how many eggs when I wake up from sleep, or I'm going to eat this amount of food. I'm not going to eat this. I made effort towards going out with my partner this year, and I went out to quite a number of events. One of my goals this year was I wanted to attend church. I wanted to have a, what do you call it, a stretch to be able to attend church. And for 6 months, I never missed one service because I understood that if I was going to make it to every service, I needed to sleep on time. And I also needed to wake up on time to have my hot water, all of that. There were actions that I took consistently to be able to get to where I want to get to. It was not just something vague. It wasn't that, oh, I want to be a better Christian. If you want to be a better Christian, read your Bible. If you want to be better at anything, make sure that you have weekly, daily goals or actions that you can take towards that goal. Sorry, weekly, daily actions you can take towards that goal. I have a notepad here. I don't know if you guys can see me or see it, so I'm just going to show you guys. This particular notepad literally contained all my to-do lists for this year, right? So I mean, I was tracking literally everything on my phone. There's an app called TickTick. It's a to-do list app that really helped me a lot this year. So if I was designing an app, I could break down the stages, the actions I wanted to take, and when I was going to finish, whether it's a website I was working on, something, but I broke down my goals. I wasn't just leaving things to just happen, right? That's one. Secondly, where did you start strong but fail to remain consistent, and why? See, you have to be honest about how you're living your life. And it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect, right? Now, I was talking about I had a 6 month stretch, right? Towards my goal. I didn't miss a. Why was that? And I found out that it was because something that happened in my life that really affected me so much in terms of work, and I couldn't take it. I, had some issues with someone, and it really broke me down. I wasn't even talking to nobody, but thank God for community, right? But I wasn't speaking to anyone because it was very hurtful, and I felt this person shouldn't have done something like this to me. Now, when I start to question myself, that okay, why did I let this thing happen? Now, in as we go further in the class, I will talk to you about how to regulate and what I did to get back on track. Now, I instead of beating myself up that okay, you didn't attend church for 1 month, even after attending church for 6 months straight, just start attending for when you remember, right? So as you go towards your year, whenever you break your goals or something happens or you fail at it, find out why and then start, right? What was the issue? Where did you start strong? What made you fail? And what helped you get back on your feet? Track these things. What actions consumed most of your time but did not move you closer? I didn't pay attention to this one up until August, right? Because there were so many things that I was doing at the same time, and none of them were moving me closer to any of my goals, right? I would spend so much time on social media. I would take up hobbies that I just wanted to take up. I would go to events that I didn't necessarily like. I would talk to people that those things were not leading me to my goals, right? But until I was able to ask myself this question and reflect on it, I wasn't going to move forward, right? Until I did that, that's when I was able to move forward. Now, another question is, if someone watched your daily routine, would they clearly see evidence of your goals? This is an important question to ask. If someone watched your daily routine, would they clearly see evidence? Ever think that you're going somewhere? Would they even take you seriously? These are questions that you need to answer, right? If you know that if someone looks at you, they can tell that you are not a serious person, then you need to reflect on your actions. You need to reflect on your execution. You need to reflect on your discipline. You say you want to lose weight, but the actions, you're eating eba at 3 a.m. in the night, or you're always eating late. You're swallowing 12 loaves of bread 12 slices of bread. When you go for a function or a gathering, you never speak to anyone. You're by yourself. You're not even open for conversations. Those are the actions you take that are not leading you anywhere, and you have to pay attention to them. I hope you're getting something. The next is your intentions, your focus, and your energy. At the beginning of this year, what was your core intention? Survival first. Because in January, I was trying to survive. I had so much happening that it wasn't going as I planned, right? So I was surviving, right? So my goal first was survival. And then at some point it became stability. At some point it became growth. I reached survival. And I don't think anybody should be planning for survival. I think you should be planning for stability and growth. I don't think survival is a good place to start your year, but it's the actions that you take that will determine what your core intentions are, right? Now, did your intentions stay the same or did it shift as challenges came? You have to be honest about how you adjust to certain situations when they occur. Some of us don't know how to change plans. Some of us don't know how to change tactics. This is something you need to learn as you move forward. Next is, were your decisions mostly intentional or reactive to circumstances? In this country, up your mind. I'm going to be intentional about my decisions rather than being reactive to circumstances. And finally, what situations or habits pulled your focus away from your original intentions? Not making decisions fast. Was it pulling you away? It's a bad habit. You saw how my voice disappeared here? You analyze, and it's gone. And you don't take any action. That's a bad habit. You think about something, you want to take action, and then you tell yourself, you self-sabotage, you tell yourself, I can't do this thing, I'm not cut out for this. I don't have. Do you know how many excuses I made for the first month? I was making so many excuses. And I just got tired. And I said, you know what? No more excuses. I'm not going to be doing analysis paralysis again. I'm not going to be complaining about what I don't have. Okay, you don't have the best lighting in the world. Do the webinar. Record the video. If you go to my Instagram page and you go down to that, it was just random as wearing a yellow shirt and I just started making videos because I got tired. These habits, it's either I leave you or you leave me. And that's how you're going to do 2026. It's either you get rid of your bad habits, or the bad habits will wound you and will take away the beautiful to what people were thinking about me. Do I attach myself to how people, to a single person because I respect this person? When this person says something, my life will not move again. Those are bad habits. You need to stop them make sure it does not enter with you to 2026, right? So fix your intentions, your focus, and your energy. Right. Yeah. Okay. So last we have on reflection is your motives, why you do what you do. Now, why do you truly want the results you are pursuing? I had a conversation with a sister of mine this year, and I asked her, what do you want about life? Like one word. And then she says, I want money. I was very honest. And I do believe she's going to get what she wants. See, when you beat around the bush about what you want, you will never get it. You will never get, believe me, of your motive, why you are pursuing something, it will show in the actions and the steps that you take. Somebody who says, I want to make money, but they don't really want to make money. They want to make money not because they want to help businesses or they want to solve a problem. They want to make money because they want to show off. But the motive why is because they want to feel better. They want to feel like I've got this money. Naturally, they will not be able to get the people to solve the problems for. They will always find some themselves doing something that gives them money to help them show. But it will never be about what they are saying. It will always be about what they believe, their why. So because or you really want to learn. The company you're starting, is it to solve problems or to tell everybody that you now own a company? The person you're getting married to, do you really love them or is it for security? Or because you are afraid that nobody will love you the same? The church that you're going to, are you really going there to listen to follow it through? Now, were you motivated by growth or by avoiding discomfort and failure? I want to answer my question now because I'm also reflecting as you guys, as I'm teaching you. Well, I think towards the end of the year, I was motivated by growth, but at the beginning of the year, I just you're not in a good place. You need to move. You need to stop crying about what didn't work and move. Be honest with your motive. Always be honest with your motive. It's when you are not honest about your motives and what why you're doing the things that you're doing, that's when you start to have like your heart is saying something. I think my answer is yes. If no one cared about what I was doing today, I'll still do the same thing. I'll still do sales. I'll still design websites. I do them when I'm not even showing anybody any work, just because I want to be happy. I do them because to solve somebody's problem somewhere else, whether they know it's me or not, right? So be honest about your motives. And I tell you, if you the truth about myself and I'm willing to change, I'm telling you, you're gonna have an amazing, amazing year. I'm telling you, you're gonna have an amazing year. I hope we're all getting something. All right. Now, let's get something. Let's get started. Ooh, I messed up this thing. I just want to show you, right? Your year will yield good results. First is your goals and intentions. Next is your motives. Next is your actions, your decisions, and then the discipline to continue. You write down your goals and your intentions, things you want to do. How will I do this thing to achieve what I want? Make a decision. When are you going to start? Today, tomorrow, next year? Start now. And then discipline. You have to keep going, even when it doesn't feel like, you don't feel sweet about everything. You just have to keep going to drive for repeatable results. Now, understanding the 8 layers you need to build to be able to repeat your results without fear or doubt, having a fulfilled year is possible. That's what I'm going to be talking about now. I'm going to help you understand this. Now, what are these 8 layers? Right now, I've reviewed my entire year. And these are the things that are driving results for me. And I love you to pay attention. There's the spiritual part, which is the first. Which is the bedrock of everything, right? There's the information part. There's the mentorship part. There's the friends, finance, influence, business, and then something I call new things, right? And you're going to have fun. You're going to you're enjoying. If you're enjoying this, please drop a comment in the section that you're actually enjoying this. I'll see your comments. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, all right, so let's go on. Now, the first one is spiritual. And there are a lot of things that I want to say, but let me start like this. When it comes to spiritual, first thing you need to do is to choose your source. See, people are serving all sorts of things. So people are doing all sorts of things, but we are serving God, right? God is the author. Jesus is the author and finisher of our faith. God is everything to us. So I'm going to help you understand this thing and how to drive results. Once you get this, I'm telling you, can't be wrong in 2026. You will not make mistakes. You will not even make decisions from fear. You will make decisions from doubts. Like anything you want to be done will be done. Do you understand? Anything you want to get, you will get it, right? Now, let's start. Choose. Now, I wrote something here. It says, the world is a company headed by God as CEO and founder, managed by man. Now, where do I get this from? So I'm reading my Bible because it's very important that you read your Bible. I didn't read my Bible a lot this year, which was part of my goals that I stopped halfway, which I'm going to continue. But I hope that moving forward from today, I'm going to actually make progress. I'm going to make steps to actually keep Genesis 2:5, right? We're going to be reviewing a lot of Genesis, right? So I want you to actually pay attention. So give me a couple of minutes. Let me set this up. Okay, yeah. So we're going to be reviewing Genesis a lot. Now I'm reading Genesis 2:5, and it says, because God hadn't yet said to rain, and there was no one manage the ground. So while they were writing that was a bad. I'm reading it in English. I don't know how to pronounce it in Hebrew, but it's written abad. And it means to work, to serve, to cultivate, to tend, to steward, or to manage. Any of these things you are doing leads to growth. If you're working on something, it's supposed to grow. If you're plant anything, supposed to grow. Tending to something is supposed to grow. If you're stewarding something, growth. Managing anything is growth. But we're going to work with management here. Now, when God created you, God is the CEO and you are the manager. Anybody who knows me knows that I always explain things like this. God is the CEO. I have never heard that it is the manager's business to go out there and figure pitching for the billion-dollar funds, providing all the money we need to run the company. It is the CEO's job. Your job is that when that money comes, the staff, the people, the resources, you're able to manage all of them and make sure that it is multiplying, it is growing. Nothing grows when there is no manager. The moment you put a manager in a business, growth is possible. That's why we have the management. Go out there to find the resources. The resources are provided by the person who owns the company, who started the company, the founder of the company, and they manage those resources. That is how you must think. So you're not out of money. The question is, the resources God has given you, when he's asking for 2025 report, what are you going to give to him? Okay, let's put it like this now. We're about to start January, right? CEO of the company is coming to ask everybody for 2026 plan. I mean, the first so if God comes to you now and say, how far? What's your budget for next year? How much do you want to make next year? What are the plans for next year? What product are we selling next year? What are we pushing out? What's on the agenda for next year? What are you going to tell God? This is why many of us, even Christians, don't get results. Because God expects management. God expects that you have plans. Now let me buttress this point. Now in Genesis 1:26, he says, and God said, let us sea and over the fowl of the air and over the cattle and over all the earth, all the resources of the earth, everything that has to do with the earth. He has given man dominion. Dominion is not ownership. God owns everything. But he has given you to manage it with accountability. Meaning that 100,000 that came into your account, God expects you to manage it and be accountable. So if you are spending it on something that is not productive, you will answer to the CEO. You're always running out of money because every time they give you money as a manager, you don't manage your resources. You know work because you are always mismanaging resources. God gave you good relationships. You have turned everybody to a bad friend. Nobody should talk to you. God gave you mentors as resources. You have blocked everybody on WhatsApp. Oh, nobody should talk to me about how I am. Nobody should advise me. Go and read books. God is giving you books. You say, nobody becomes rich by reading books. And you want to scale. Now, when the manager at the end of the year is asking you, so even every month, you're supposed to go back to God and say, Alpha, thank you, Father, for the money you gave us last month. So you gave me 500,000 last month. I spent we might need to do so and so. Okay, so we have about 200K in savings. We don't intend to touch that just for emergencies and stuff. We will need another 1 million. So we need about 5 clients that want to sell a 200K product to. I'm telling you, if you speak to God like this, your results will be unimaginable. Do you understand? Your results will be crazy because you are accountable. You are sure. There's nobody you come and show how. It's like the servants in the Bible, the what do you call it? The 3 servants. You know, we always insult the last guy, but all of us were like the last guy. Strategize, we won't take the right classes, we won't read books, we won't research, and then we'll waste everything, and then we'll come back crying and praying and saying, God uplifts me. How many times would God uplift you after wasting all his resources over and over again? This is a question you need to honestly answer for yourself. Dominion is not ownership, it's management with accountability. Results respond to responsibility. Your responsibility is called responsibility, right? That is what your results are responding to. What action bring audience to that product? You're not creating content. You're not doing anything, but you want results. You're not taking responsibility for the resources that have been handed over to you. And that's why you're not getting the results you want. Dominion is proof that God expects structure, decision-making, and discipline. So if you tell God, I'm going to be creating videos every day so that we'll be able to create content and audience so that we can make money, and this money will go into building this business, building certain structure, taking a management class so that I can increase the business. Every resources of any kind comes into your hand and it is not used wisely. Many of you have gotten jobs you prayed for, and the moment you got to that job, they know they pay elsewhere. The people in this company are terrible. How come the people in this company are suddenly terrible? Were you not the manager that God sent there to change stuff? Were you not the one that God sent there to put structure? Okay, people don't know how to talk in the company. Be the only one who knows how to talk. And talk so well, everyone learns from you. People are very lazy in the company. Be the most hardworking. Everybody starts to copy you. People are always living one. You are not a good representative of God. That's why your results are not multiplying. God expects structure, decision making, discipline. He made you in his image. There's no other difference. There's no other explanation to image is me. If I stand in the mirror and I see somebody else, I'm going to run. Images I'm making myself. And I'll tell myself what to do. In fact, let me tell you something. Do you know that if you're looking at an image, that image is the image of you. You are the God. If you can move your hand, that image will be able to move his hand. That means whatsoever God can do, you can. God can create, you can. And I'm going to show you see, I was having a conversation with someone last week, an amazing sister of mine, and she said something that we need to change. We need to start seeing ourselves as we need to start doing better as Christians. And I said, no, it's a question of identity. We do not understand who we are as humans. We do not understand who we are as a people. We also do not understand who we are as a country or as a population. We don't. First of all, God made you just like himself. And I'm not even missing words when I say God made you just like himself. Way of doing things. The only difference between you and God is time and matter. You have morning and night. God just doesn't sleep. They don't have time and matter in God's realm. That's just the difference. But if it's that you can create, you create exactly the way God creates. Exactly. Your own only takes time due to time and matter. You are a spirit first with a soul for connection to this realm and the realm where you come from, and you are encased in a body to interact with things around this place. You are not a body. You are a spirit. You have a soul. You have a wire connected to, it's like HDMI cord. Oh, this is an interesting topic. You are a spirit first, right? You have HDMI cord connecting your TV or your monitor to your main screen so that you can interact with both worlds. That is what your soul is for. Your brain, your mind is for. Then you are encased in a body. Originally, you cannot die. That is why, the whole thing about we dying, going to hell, going to heaven has to happen, because in reality, you actually cannot die. Your body can die, but you cannot die. You can't die, but your body can. Now, you can't even die in the spirit realm. You can only be separated from your source. That one is a different punishment, and that's a topic for another day, right? But you are a spirit first. You have HDMI cord, which is your soul, that connects to you to different realms. That's why if you close your eye today, you can still see. If I tell you, close your eye, let's do an exercise. Close your eye. Imagine a blue car of your choice. And in the comment section, I want you to type the name of the car you imagine. A blue car, imagine the plate number. Imagine the plate number. Every one of you can. Because your physical eyes is for you to see here. Your spiritual eyes is for you to create. You are a spirit first. Once you understand your identity, you will not be afraid of creating stuff. Whatsoever your eyes can see, not these physical eyes, whatsoever your inner eyes can see can be yours. The only way it will not be seen, you will not be able to touch it, is if you stop seeing it. You stop agreeing that you've seen it. And I will explain to you what I mean by agreeing. Now, let's go over. Right? I still want to see in the comments, still tell me the car and the plate number that you talked about. It's a blue car. Choose any car of your choice. Tell me your plate number that you saw as you closed your eyes and the color and the name of the car. I want to see that in the comment section. All right. Now, as we go forward, I'm going to read something for you. Genesis 1:1-2. It said, first this, God created the heavens and the earth. All you see, all you don't see. Earth was a soup of nothingness and a bottomless emptiness, an inky blackness, right? God's spirit brooded like a bird above the watery abyss. You know, some verses don't put a lot of thought to this, and you know, for a long time, I didn't understand what this meant because I just felt like, where's God flowing? The meaning of brooded, right? Brooding means deep, intentional thinking with purpose. You're not worrying, you're not overthinking, and you're not being passive. You're thinking. You see how I'm looking at the comments now. You see how everybody is thinking, is imagining stuff. You see how you close your eyes and you can see it. You don't even need to hold it. It's not even your front. Some of those things you've not even seen it in the past 1 month, but you can create it as far as your spiritual eyes can see. Okay, so let's go back to brooding. Brooding means deep, intentional thinking. The Bible says Jesus, the Spirit of God, hovered. Some said brooded. That means before God created this world. You see, when you look at the earth today, there's so much intentionality in it. It's from brooding. It's from sitting down quietly. God sat down, we don't know for how long, but it was deep, it was intentional, and it had a purpose. I'm going to create an amazing place for mankind. I'm going to create one of the most beautiful. The choice of our plants, the choice of materials, the choice of many things that God did. Very intentional. Very, very intentional. Now, brooding is the act of quietly focusing your mind on a matter until clarity, direction, and outcome forms. One of the greatest things God gave me in 2025 is the ability to sit down quietly. Just shut up and be quiet and listen to your thoughts, listen to assessments, listen to your mind, listen to the flood, and then the calmness, breaking things down until you finally focus on the right thing, until clarity comes. Part of the things we're not doing is that we're not acting like God. We're not acting based on our identity. We have a problem. We're already talking to one therapist. We're already looking for who we'll talk to, who will bash about an issue, so many things. Who are going to blame, who are going to cause problem, who are going to destroy in the process, who offended. Those are not the things you're supposed to be contemplating on. You sit down and ask yourself, I feel a certain way. Why do I feel like this? These were the actions I took, and I started feeling like this. Are these actions good for me? If these actions are not good for me, why do I keep choosing them? Because I'm getting this fast satisfaction. This fast satisfaction I'm getting, is it good for my future? If it's not there, do I need to take it out? Do I have what it takes to take it out? What do I need to develop? And you see, before you know what's happening, you're getting rid of that addiction. You're getting rid of that problem, that worry, that sadness, that confusion is gone. You don't get rid of these things by just speaking and talking and trying to find help everywhere. Sometimes act like a God that you are. Act like a manager that you are. Sit down quietly and contemplate. Quietly. You must learn to sit quietly on a matter until results arrive. Many people who are not Christians, they call it, some do yoga, some do what do they call it, meditation, they sit down and they just, sometimes you sit down, in church, they tell us to sit down on the word of God. You meditate on the word of God. How does Joshua 1:8 say it? This book of the law will not depart from your mouth. You shall meditate on it day and night, and it will not depart from you, and you will have good success. God did not lie. Genuinely, if you meditate, you take the good things of God and meditate on it, you will see how your life will move. Now, let me show you something else. I want to show you guys something else. Now, it says your mind and creation, right? Your mind can see everything. I want to say some things that people don't really agree with. Have you noticed that if you're in a crowd, sometimes you can turn. You can tell that somebody is looking at you, and you can turn in the crowd and you and that person lock eyes, no matter how many people are in that crowd. Sometimes you will turn in your room alone and you can feel as if somebody is there with you. You're genuinely not lying. It's just that the thing that is there with you is not physical. This is not to scare you, but to tell you that your mind, your soul, your spirit is 1000% conscious and active, doesn't sleep. It's the reason somebody will enter your room and you will know it's not your brain. Your brain goes to sleep. And I can tell you when your brain is exhausted. Let me bust your brain. Do you know that a couple of weeks ago, I was sleeping barely 3 hours a day. Very, very nonsense behavior, right? I was sleeping barely 3 hours a day, and you could tell constant headaches, all sorts of things. I woke up one morning and I was in another room in my house, and I had a bucket in my room. I had water. Now, a lot of these things happened. As of today, my brain cannot recollect how I got there. So my brain did not keep keep any tab of those activities. My spirit was 100% awake and made sure that I didn't destroy my house while I was moving around. Your spirit is 100% active. And the thing about your spirit is, your spirit will always be good, but your spirit will always fight with your soul. But once your soul and your spirit agrees, everything in your body starts to accept it. Your brain, your soul, your mind, once it agrees with your spirit, your life is going to be good. I'm telling you, even if you are doing something bad, your life, for example, look at thieves, for instance. The spirit has agreed with the crime. Their mind, they no longer have conscience. They don't have that thing that is tagging them as good. They've disconnected and their soul has agreed with it. That's why when they are doing evil, they don't care. No mercy. Now, as a good child of God, as a Christian, as someone who wants results, you also have to agree. Your spirit and your mind must be one. They must answer to the CEO. Don't forget you are a manager. But not when your spirit is telling you, you need to create content, you need to push yourself out, you need to write stuff, you need to write a book. Your brain is saying, but nobody knows me now. But this one, alignment. And I'm going to show you how. Your mind is for creation, not for worry and fear. Your mind is supposed to answer to your spirit. The way God created us is discernment first, spirit first. You can see without physically touching or engaging. Discernment first. Then logic to interact with this world, make clear decisions via the information and data that has been provided for you. And finally, it's emotions. You feel stuff. I always make this joke to my friends when we are discussing about Nigerian relationships. I always say, you see, God gave us discernment, logic, and emotion. We turned it upside down and we use emotion first. So when a lady meets a guy, butterflies in my tummy, she's feeling everything. Even though she's seeing that this guy has said 1 million times that I will slap you, take your time, I will slap you, but butterflies in my tummy, he got me ice cream, he got me jewelry, he got me roses. The emotions are there. Then he slaps you the first time and brings you instantly to logic. Your logic says, okay, even if you are taking care of me, this is toxic for me. This is not good for me. And then you now go to God and say, Lord, is this the right thing for me? You are trying to be discerning. You are getting it all wrong. You are supposed to discern first, so your spirit should always be active. That means you must always be doing activities that keeps your spirit active, that keeps you constantly connected to God, constantly connected to your source, so that you're able to download enough information to interact with your world. Once your spirit is right, your discernment becomes easy, logic becomes easy, emotion becomes, amazing. You won't be moved by what people say or do. You can regulate easily. Another thing I want to say is perception and choices, everything happens in your mind. I tell my friends or I tell people around me, your life is perception, choices, and consequences, whether good or bad consequences. Your life is what? Perception, choices. How you see things will determine how you do things, and then will determine what will happen to you. So you need to fix your mind. You need to fix your perception. Whose perception are you flowing? We'll see that in belief systems. Whose perception are you answering to? Fix your mind frame. You're not getting a certain result. I met someone one day and we're talking about relationships, right? And then she said, yeah, I'm not taking anything from anybody. Any man that try me will collect shege from man. And I'm saying, so this is your perception about men. You're not, in your perception, there are no men who are good men. There are no men who are nice men, who are soft men, who can take care of you, even while being masculine. This is your entire perception. Your choice would never be a soft man. Your choice will always be the guy that shows you shaggy. Every single time you want to make a choice, your perception, your mind, whether you are conscious of it or not, your mind will be looking for the shaggy in the guy. And that's what approves. Once you approve the guy, you are ready to show shaggy, he is ready to show shaggy, and you guys end up in a relationship. You're not asking yourself, well, how did I get here? It's not because both of you are terrible people. It's because both of your perceptions are wrong. Both of you were looking for terrible choices, and both of you jammed together. You attract who you are, not what you say you want. And who you are is in the perception, the choices you make. And you are not responsible for the consequences that comes to you. Life dishes out those consequences based on your choice. You are not responsible for that. I hope you're getting something. Perception and choices, they all happen in the mind. Always ask yourself, why am I making this choice? From whose perspective am I making this decision that I want to make? Whose perception am I making it from? Okay, I want this thing for my life. Based on whose decision? Based on whose perception? I watch a lot of TikTok, right? I like to learn, and you see people having an amazing life, amazing relationship, amazing marriage. And somebody who they don't even know from, maybe they know them as friends, but they don't even know the quality of life of this person, comes and tells them how to live their lives. And then they go back home and destroy the beautiful thing that they have, only to find out years later that that was the source of the nonsense. The person they listen to. My father used to say something to me, because I go to my father and say, Daddy, I want to really have a good marriage like yours. What can I do better? And one of the things he shared with me is always question your choices and be sure that the choices you are making is your own and know where it's coming from. Don't make a foolish choice and then you come back and be crying to everybody later. Always track them. And then he gives me a story. He was trying to tell me that as a man, whatever works in your home, is for you. Sometimes you tell it to other people, they will eat you alive. But if it works for you and your partner, and both of you love it, please do it by all means. Don't listen to any other person. And then he gives me a story. So there are two men, Mr. A and Mr. B. Now, with Mr. A visits Mr. B and sees after they have dinner and all of that, thank you for coming to my house and all of that. And then Mr. B stands up and clears the dining table. His wife, she's sitting, she's pressing her phone. The kids are saying, Daddy, thank you. And the man just clears the table and drops it in the kitchen. The children clean the table. But the wife is just sitting cool. Do you understand? And Mr. A, while leaving, called him and said, Bros, you dey suffer for this your house, so now you dey carry plate after they finish eating. Your wife just sit down here, they do anything. The man said, don't worry, it's how we used to do it in our house. And he kept quiet and he said, this is how we're going to be doing it in our house. Now, what is the story? Few weeks later, Mr. B decides to give Mr. A surprise visit because Mr. A said in his house is the author and finisher. They do anything. Now, wife, they do everything. Be this and that, doesn't take nonsense from anybody, right? And then Mr. B visits Mr. A. When he gets to Mr. A's house, Mr. A's wife is watching, what do you call this Indian channel now, Z World. And then he greets, I said, oh, God, you are around. Welcome. Oh, thank you for the last time and all of that. My husband said he came to your place and all, And he said, where's your husband? He says, it's in the kitchen. And he says, okay. Then he said, now your friend, now go meet him for kitchen. And he entered the kitchen. Lo and behold, Mr. A was pounding yam. The author and finisher of faith in his house He's pounding yam. He's the one preparing soup that everyone will eat. But he went to somebody's house and was shouting at somebody else for even taking plate out of the kitchen. Here he is the cook, is the everything, is the maid in his own house. Now, if Mr. B was foolish and had taken his advice and go and change the way his family has been enjoying him and loving him, things would have changed. You must always ask yourself, this perspective that I have, whose perspective is this? Does it work for me? Does it give me the best results? Your mind is for creation. Take note. Your thoughts are also prayers. I used to say something that Nigeria will get better the day Nigerians say Nigeria will get better. Nigeria won't get better until Nigerians say it get better. Your thoughts are prayers. Your thoughts, you are talking. You are talking. Or you think it's because you added in Jesus' name before you prayed. Now let me show you how your thoughts are prayers. You believe in the power of tongue, but only for bad things. You believe in the thoughts, that your thoughts are prayers, but only for bad things. You never believe for good things. Why is that? Now, let me give you an instance. If somebody says, I want to make everybody die, in your mind, you say something. It's a thought. You say, God forbid, though, I know go die in Jesus' name. You didn't say it out because you don't want to sound weak. You don't want to sound like the slow guy. So you just say it in your heart. And you believe in your heart that God heard that prayer. But when it's time to think right about your life, you refuse. When it's time to think that despite you not having money in your account, you would have money as soon as possible. You create products. You'll be one of the best guys in the industry. You start making good actions. You cannot. You start to self-sabotage. You use your thoughts to kill yourself. And the Bible says, the word of God says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. All the things you are saying out of your mouth is how you think. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. You never speak outside what you think. You can't even speak what you are not thinking. So once you start to think in a certain manner, you're also praying. God, I thank you for the money you sent me. I believe that by the end of this week, I'll get 100,000. And your thought says, now, wow, 100,000, where I won't see him. Who won't give me 100,000 now? Things are so tough in this. This is your thought, so things are so tough in this country. Oh, it is well, it go there, all right. Now, wow, Nigeria get as it be. But you are praying. You just prayed. You say, Lord, I'm grateful. I'm not going to force. I believe that you will make way for me. I'm going to get everything that I want for this. And then you are calling your uncle. You are saying, that uncle, I know I trust in God, but that my uncle get money. This man supposed to send me 500K. Let me message him. But you said you trust God 100%. You see how results are not happening in your life. Now, let me tell you something about imagination. One of the parts in the Bible that caught my attention is Genesis 11. If you read 1 to 8. The Tower of Babel. People came and said, we're going to build a tower that will reach heaven, reach high places and all of that. And we're going to touch the heavens and we'll touch God, The next verse said, and God came down and saw that they were done. God came down and saw that they had finished. God came down and saw that the tower has been built. Now, in the realm, in the spirit realm, whenever I said the difference between you and God is time and matter. Whenever you say, I am doing this thing, it has instantly been created. If you were God, the moment you say it, it will appear. But you work in time and matter, so you have to do a lot of work and all of that. But it has already been created. No doubt, no fidgeting, no shaking. It has been created, done and dusted. Do you understand? So when you say, I'm going to get a Bentley 2025, it has the version of you that has the Bentley 2025 has instantly been created. Now, the question now is, what do I need to do to get there? And you start, because you function in time and matter. It is not impossible. You only function in time and matter. It does not remove its possibilities. Now, there's something God said. He said, when men, they speak one language, when your spirit and soul agree, when you are aligned, he said, nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. The Hebrew word is zaman. Nothing they have planned to do will be impossible to them. Nothing they have proposed, nothing they have imagined to do will be impossible to them. It's the same way criminals will make a good decision, align and say, we will steal this amount of money and they'll be very successful. Yet you who is a child of God, does not understand his identity, that if you think something and say this thing will be done, it will be done. And I'm telling you, these things have, my understanding of these things, the results I've gotten in the past 3 months is bigger than what I've gotten in the past 1 year. Simply because I went back and I saw this thing. Nothing is impossible to them that can imagine. The moment you can imagine it is all yours. Do you all understand? Are we getting something? Now, finally, it's about alignment and inevitability. Once you are aligned and you know that this thing is inevitable, it must happen. There's no scenario in which this thing will not happen. It must happen. Everything just falls into place. The money starts coming, the job starts coming, the customer starts coming. Do you understand me? Every single week I wake up, I thank God for all the clients that will come to me, all the people that will come to me for help, all the people that will buy my course, all the people that will buy my program, all the people that will come around. I thank God for all of it because I know without a doubt they must come. It doesn't, you know, oh my God, let me see. All the people that I've worked for or worked with this year, how many have I met in real life? I want to look around. Give me 1 minute, guys. From January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Every single person I have worked with, I have never met them in my life. So I'm not even in this country. I have never met them in my life. Every single person I work with this year. Because in my mind, it is inevitable. You must find me. You must find me. Whosoever you are, as long as you have the problem that I want to solve, you must find me. And that's how I live my life. Right? So your mind is for creation. Now, that Genesis, when he said nothing is impossible for them to, nothing is possible to those that can imagine, it reveals a spiritual and governmental principle. When intention, imagination, agreement, and action align, the outcome is already settled, even if the process is ongoing. That is why when God came down, God saw that they had finished. They had not even, they just started missing cement, but God said they had finished. These people are done. Because when you imagine it's done, you will not have to take the required action to bring it to life. In God's realm, completion is determined by alignment, not appearance. Appearance is the last thing. Once a work becomes inevitable, Scripture speaks it as done. Heaven responds to inevitability, not activity. See, if you like, pray for 500 hours. Lord, give me. Lord, give me. Father, give me. Heaven open. Heaven is not going to open. Heaven is going to open when you believe it's inevitable. The way Jesus says it in Mark 11:24, is it 23 or 24? It says, when you pray, believe that you receive. It does not say when you pray, start believing. It doesn't say when you pray, imagine. When you pray, believe that you've received. That means when you pray, hold it. It's already yours. Go and sleep, go and rest. It's done. The work you are supposed to do, go on with it. When you say, God, I need a laptop, you already see the laptop. There is no scenario in which that laptop is not yours. You thank God for the laptop, and then you start doing your business normally. All of a sudden, all the clients are coming. Money is being raised. Before you know it, you have bought the laptop. You thank God for it. You set another goal. When you pray about it, you believe that you receive. Like, there's no scenario in your mind. There's no scenario where you don't have this thing. No scenario. There's no doubt. You are too sure. And let me bust your brain. Jesus did not say, believe in me before you receive. He said, believe that you receive. That means it's a function of your identity. Whether you are a Christian or you're not a Christian, if you believe, you will receive. It's a universal principle. It doesn't matter if you believe in Jesus, that's fine. It helps you get there faster. But once you believe that, those people in Tower of Babel that God saw that they were done, none of them cared about God. None of them. They just wanted to build to get to heaven to touch God. So when you are thinking, think like that. When a thing becomes certain, God speaks to it as finished. They were still building on earth, but the result was already established in the spirit. Alignment turns effort into inevitability. Before I bite my mouth, into inevitability, right? So today, make a decision to align. That's when you make a decision that I want something, it's inevitable. I must get this thing. All right. Now, lastly, Is it the last one? Yes, it's the last one. Beliefs and belief systems are ceilings. Now, I told you, check whose belief system you agree with. When they say Nigeria is bad, whose belief system is that? How come there are people still building houses in this country? How come there are people still building products, tech products, fintech, edtech, e-commerce? People are still building sustainable businesses in this country. Why is you leader when it comes to you, things are bad? Whose belief system are you agreeing to? Why do you believe it so deeply? What does it satisfy in you that things are bad? This complaint that you're complaining, what does it satisfy in you? Because your belief system will fuel your decisions. And if you're not able to work on those belief systems, you won't get anywhere. You can't keep saying things are bad and expect results to come. You can't keep saying things are bad and expect things to work out, because your decisions will always be based on your belief. Ask yourself, why am I making this choice? Whose perspective am I working with? Whose belief system? Is it your parents? Whose belief system? Okay, I saw a comment I would like to, talk about since we have not gone far. Person says, please, can you explain that alignment turns to inevitability, especially story of the Tower of Babel? Now, this is the thing. This is what I'm trying to explain. I wish I could draw, but let's picture something. A group of men came together and said, you know what, let's open the Bible verse. Let's go to Chrome. Let's go to Chrome. I'm going to present another screen. I'm going to present another screen so that you guys can see. I'm going to share my screen. Share screen. I'm going to share my entire screen so that you guys can see. We're just going to look for the Bible verse in the Bible on Google, and then we'll go ahead to it. All right. So I don't know if I've started sharing yet, but I'm supposed to share. Yeah, I've started sharing. So I'm just going to go ahead and type Genesis 11, 1-6. I want to explain these things to you so that by the time you're making decisions, there's no doubt. It doesn't matter what is happening. There's not a single doubt in your heart. Now, let me open it and read it. It says, now the whole earth had one language, one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. They said to one another, come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly. This is the action. This is the action they want to take. They had bricks for stone, and they had asphalt for mortar. And they said, come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad over the face of the whole earth. But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the sons of men had built. It's funny. Here they are still talking about building it. They are still having the discussion. And God came down and saw that they had finished. And the Lord said, indeed, the people are one. They have one language, and this is what they begin to do. Now, nothing they propose to do will be withheld from them. Is that these people are ready together? Because in his, like, where he's coming from, the deal is done. They have already reached heaven. He's now saying that these people are together. How do we separate them? If we leave them now, they will actually reach heaven. They will actually reach that top. So what do? We scatter their language. And that's how those guys were not able to build anything. Do you understand? I don't know if you get me. This is how they were not able to build anything. Because when God saw it, it was done. They were still planning. That means every time you say to yourself, I want to do ABC, ABC has been done and approved. You will now continue to align. Your mindset must align. Your thoughts must align. Your prayer must align. Your belief must align. There should be no space for doubt. And put yourself, when I want to get a device, let me show you guys something. I currently have, if you look at my screen, I currently have a MacBook, and I've been procrastinating about this MacBook for nearly 2 years because I kept thinking to myself, whether I want to see money, whether I want to do this one, that. Which complaint did I not give, right? I gave so many complaints, about, a MacBook. And my complaints were valid. I don't have enough. My salary is too small. I don't have this. And I sat down and I said, you know what? The word of God doesn't lie. God himself doesn't lie. And if he says nothing can be impossible to them that can imagine, then I need to imagine. So what do? I go on Gigi and I start to search for MacBooks. And I look at the one that I want. I get the name, I get the spec, I talk to the vendor. Now, as at when I talk to him, Cobble, I did not have. I told this guy, I would love to get this thing by Friday. And he says, I have just 2 left, so be fast. I say, okay, no wahala. And then I start to think about it. I start to go around the house, I'm smiling because I'm thinking about, I even start to search for cases that I'll use for my MacBook, what casing I'll use for my MacBook, what I want to install. If you go to my YouTube, let me show you guys something. Sometimes when we talk about you getting deep into something and believing it until it happens, it's not lie. I want to show you my history. You will see I've watched too many Mac videos. I'm coming. I want to go to history. I don't even know if it's this channel because I was just watching. Let me see. Okay, how do you get to history? I want to show you something. See, this is me, OBS. Hold on. Let me go to history. I want to show you before I got the laptop. I'm coming. Hold on. Okay, probably not this account. Okay, I think it's this account. Can you see all the things I'm watching about iPhone? I'm coming. I want to show you. No, this is definitely not this account. Hold on. Let me check another account. I have many YouTube accounts. I want to show you that this thing works, right? Because I'll tell you how I was able to get it, but I want to show you that as well. This is a testimony that I want to share with you guys, and I think it can happen to anybody at all. I want to show you something. Coco Melon is can you see this? I'm watching, I haven't gotten the laptop yet, and I'm watching stuff on MacBooks. I'm watching different stuff that I can use. Let me check another account until I get to the right one where I watched all those videos. Let me see this one. Because I don't even know. I was just watching YouTube videos. How to edit. Can the laptop edit videos on CapCut, on Final Cut Pro? I was just watching. I'm coming. Hold on. This is me watching stuff, checking out tutorials, and I'm just watching stuff. This guy keeps showing up in my videos because I watched him recently, right? Look at this MacBook Air for programming and productivity, and I just keep watching, and I watch stuff. Right? I'm trying to tell you that you get yourself in that. See, this is where the emotion comes, right? You get yourself in that space where nobody again can tell you that this thing cannot happen. You have already seen yourself inside. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can you see? 12 apps, Mac. Then if you go down, you will see different. My niece is always watching. Look at this. Mac. I kept watching videos. I just kept watching. Can you see how many videos I've watched? I put myself in a situation where nobody can tell me that this thing cannot happen. And let's come back to the class. I'm going to share another screen. Hold on. Okay. Right? Let's go back to my Figma, to my slide. I'm sharing this thing to you that you have to put yourself in a situation where nobody can tell you that this thing cannot happen. It's how you get your car, it's how you get your house, it's how you get your car, your laptop, how you get a job. That job that this year I worked on about 4 mobile apps for a particular company. Now, as of January 27, I didn't have a job this year. January 27, I didn't have a job. But I wrote down that this is my goal. I want to build about 4 to 5 apps this year. That was my goal. As at February 27, I was building 2 apps. Your job is to enter that state of inevitability. It must happen to me, for me, with me, by me. If you understand, you must get there. Once you get there, nothing. When I say no, there's no, the power that will stop you does not exist, because even God said nothing. Nothing. He did not say, me, I will be able to stop. He said nothing. Nothing. Somebody said, call it delusional or whatever it might look to you, convicted or on the fact, but it's bigger than, yeah. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for this comment. If you think you will, you will. If you believe this inevitably, you will. That makes 2 of us, because this is also part of what I've been talking about for a couple of months, right? Your ceilings, these are things that you put your, okay, I made 100K last month. This is the best I can do. You're the one that set it for yourself. Nobody set a ceiling except you. There's no ceiling, only the one created by the information you gathered. There's something that is making you say that I can't get a better job. There's something that is making you say, there's an information that is telling you that you can't go through above a certain level. Work on that. Once you destroy that information and replace it with this inevitability, this information you have gotten today, you have no ceiling at all. Your belief systems will be rewired. Ceilings can be removed, reshaped, or redesigned. You can remove it completely and then the sky becomes your starting point. Or you can reshape it. Okay, it was 100K before, 500, you get to 500, 600, you get to 600, but you'll be moving slow. You can redesign your ceiling to even feel comfortable that you won't touch it. You are fine with where you are. That's why somebody will be earning so less and say, this is what God wants me to. Who said so? Whatsoever you can imagine is yours. If you imagine bad, nothing is impossible to what. If you imagine that your life is bad, God won't stop it from happening. So when you say, oh, why are bad things happening to me? You agreed with that in your mind, inevitably, this bad thing has to happen to you. Do you understand? You are who you say you are. That is why when you ask God, who are you? God will say, I am that I am. You are who you say you are. When God said, I am your protector, that is who he is that day. I am your loving Father. I will love you forever. It doesn't change. I am who I say I am. I am that I am. Do you understand? All right. Number 2. See, we just dealt with number 1. Once you deal with that number 1, you have an amazing year, but you still need to get, access to the rest of the 8. Number 2 is information. In all thy gettings, get what? Understanding. Okay. Now, information is split into different parts, right? There's information as in data. We have what we call self-data. You need to know how much time you are using. Time usage. You need to know your habits. Be honest. It's not all your habits that are good for you. Some are bad. Some are eating you up. Some are destroying your relationship. Some are destroying your mind. You are always attached to bad news. It's a bad habit. It's a bad energy pattern, because it will always leave you in the worst place. It won't let you think straight. Your discipline level, you need data. Sit down and write it that, okay, my time usage, I have 24 hours in a day. How come I only maximize 2? What happens to the remaining 22? Why am I always complaining there's no time, I achieve nothing? Meanwhile, somebody who uses the same 24 hours with me is a billionaire. Why? Something is wrong. I need to fix that. Your habits. I have bad habits. I don't eat. I don't drink water on time. I cannot see woman and pass. I cannot see man and pass. When somebody gives me something, I don't know how to say thank you. I'm not appreciative. I'm rude. I don't know how to talk. I get easily triggered. You need to check it. Because once you are very familiar with that data, you can make better decisions. Once you know that if somebody insults you, whoever the person is, your next response is to go back and insult them, you can now work on it. But if you don't know, it's a problem. But once you know that, you can work on it. You can now say, somebody insults me. I have to ask myself, how important is this insult to me? If it doesn't mean anything to me, I don't take the person seriously. I don't take the insult seriously. I protect my emotions and my energy levels, and I'm fine. But if you don't have this information, you're not checking this self-data, you can't even change your attitude or your character. You can't change your habits. You can't change your reaction to many things. you can't grow. This is what I'm talking about. Your discipline level, I start and I don't finish. Why do I start and I don't finish? I don't finish because I'm always putting too much load on myself. Somebody say when they go low, go low. When they go low, you plaster on the concrete. No, don't do that. When people go low, leave them where they are. You keep going high. Leave them where they are. You don't have to join them. So I was saying something, your discipline level. I start something, I don't finish. Why don't I finish? Because I overburden myself. Why do I overburden myself? Because I want to be busy. Why do I want to be busy? Because I want to tell people that I'm busy. I want to feel great about being busy, even though genuinely I know that I'm achieving nothing. Once you understand this thing, when you start doing rubbish or doing something you know won't drive you, you stop it instantly. You stop, like you just stop because you don't have the data. You can make better decisions when you have enough self-data. So today, take an assessment of your self-data. Next is your performance data. What were your results from last year? Sales, growth, output, and failures. This year, I've already done assessments of myself because I'm entering into the new year. I won't wait for new year. Where did I excel in sales? I already have it, and I know what we're going to triple for sales next year. Where did I triple for growth? I know where it is. What am I shutting down? I know what I'm going to shut down. What am I giving out? What's my output for next year? What's my output for this year? And why was it low? Why was it high? Where did I fail? Did I fail in my character? Did I fail in my responsibility? Did I fail in my response, my proactivity? Where did I fail? Once I find this performance data, I know how to do better in 2026. The market data, customer behavior, pricing, demand trends. This year, I was reading a lot of articles on how money is flowing in Nigeria, and I discovered that $95 billion came into Nigeria via diasporan income. Via diasporan income. That's people abroad sent over $95 billion down to Nigeria, either in form of giving money to their family or investment or building businesses. Now, what does this market tell me? It means people are bringing money back home. Now, how do I put myself? I need to now position myself as somebody who can help you build a business here in Nigeria. You see how I'm thinking? But if I don't have this data, I will join everybody to be shouting, Nigeria is bad. Hey, they're going to be taxing us in 2026. Things are tough. Your mind is not saying, how can I increase my income? People are changing in the way they are behaving. Customer behavior is changing. People are looking for faster ways to do things, faster ways to get products to their house. How can I enter into logistics? How can I enter into escrow? How can I be a middleman for these businesses? How can I enter into payments? How can I enter into customer satisfaction? Can I build a CRM? How can I enter into customer output, customer satisfaction? How can I help businesses grow, put structure? How can I help people fix their pricing to match the market so they don't run out of business or customers? What are the trends? How can I create more influence? These are the questions you need to be asking. It's not every time Nigeria is bad, Tinubu this, Tinubu that, government this, Pablo this one. They leave all these things. There are things that are working. Look at them. Look at the data. The data, the numbers don't lie. I was doing a research the other day. Nigeria does almost $620 billion in transaction per day. All of us like this, they say we are poor. 620 billion per day. Nearly more than almost 3 trillion in a month. All that money is flowing through this country. The question should be, how do I plug in and connect? How do I connect my other to this money that is flowing in this country? How do I connect it? Day-to-day transactions, business owners, what problems can I solve? Do you understand? The next is your skill data. What you are good at versus what actually pays. Oh, I'm good at writing, but writing is not paying. Go and learn design. Oh, I'm good at design, but design is not paying. Go and learn writing. Go and learn marketing. Go and learn what actually pays. You've been carrying your CV since 2004, shouting there is no job. People have moved to AI. You are a content creator. You don't know how to do automations or any of those things, and you want us to hire you. People are no longer looking for content creators and as a content writers, because what? You have to be really good with experience. Because AI can do the job now. And don't say, oh, it's AI. AI cannot write like human being. Please, you can train AI to write like human being. You can train it. People are training it and it's driving millions of dollars in results. Oh, you are doing AI for research. You have spent 2 months doing research. I've done research. I've done product market fit. You are still doing research. People have moved. You need to upskill. They say, come and learn sales and marketing. Say, no, the one that I learned in 2023 is enough for me. Yet you don't know how to sell. You don't know how to use automation. You are still doing everything manually. You don't understand system and structure. Something as simple as SOPs, you can't automate it. These are the challenges. What are you good at? What is actually paying? Update your knowledge. Update your knowledge. In terms of product design, nobody wants to be building regular products again. Sophisticated deep-end apps, AI tools, AI apps. Can you work? Now, nobody wants to just work with somebody who's just a designer. You have to know a little bit about development. But I don't like code. I don't want to learn anything about development. So you are stuck. Your guys are getting jobs because they have many talents, many ideas about different things. They're actually getting paid. And you are there. If you are a UX writer, go and learn design so that you're able to do the two. They will pay you money for 2 people. So they won't hire 2 people that they have to manage, which is more expensive. Think differently. Feedback data. What are the reviews you have gotten from people? What's the criticism? The results from your mentors and your clients. January is coming. First week of January, I'm going to spend time with my mentor. We're going to assess the year, look at the year, what went wrong, what did I do bad, what did I do good, what went well, and what didn't go well. It corrects me, shows me what I didn't do right, where I need to improve. We do that almost every year. Last year, we did it, and you can't begin to imagine the results that I've gotten. But you now, you don't answer to anybody, so you don't need mentor in your life. You're enough for yourself. Nobody can advise you. Yet you want to have results that are repeatable. You cannot have repeatable results if you don't track this data. The next is opportunity. Problem-based opportunity. Recurring problems people are willing to pay to solve. People are having revenue problem, profit problem, shelter problem, food problem, delivery problem, logistics problem, escrow problem, money problem, finance problem, transfer problem, crypto problem, photography problem. Many problems exist. Why can't you create a resource, a solution around those problems? That every day somebody's complaining to you about something. Why have you not solved it? I'm currently working on a product with someone, and I saw it on it. Somebody was complaining about it in a Twitter comment, a thread. The person was really pissed off about how their day went, and they don't even know that they've given me an idea, and that has turned to a product that probably make me millions of dollars in a couple of months to come. Because what? They are complaining, me, I'm seeing solution. Skill-based opportunities. Where does your current skill meet demand? We are still using Adobe XD. We have moved to Figma. We are now even moving to different animation tools. Rive. We are using Figma Make to prototype, doing different things. We are using apps like Lovable to build MVPs. You are still using Adobe XD, Photoshop to do user experience and user interface. Your skill, your current skill, where does it meet what people are currently demanding for? You're talking about things that are not driving any result for anybody. Timing opportunities, trends, seasons, policy shifts, technology changes. Somebody asked me, what do I think about this whole tax thing? It's going to affect us because of the timing. But I'm looking at the opportunities. Assuming they still proceed with it and it starts to affect us, it's going to be good for us at the end of the day. I'm not going to speak much on the taxing, but I'm going to speak on finance, for instance. I'm looking at where Nigeria would be forced to enter a single identification system like the social security number. We have BVN, we have NIN, we have all sorts of NNN, VIN, voters identification, passports, utility. One, we should have one. You know that once we have that one like this, our credit system in Nigeria, that's credit and debt system in Nigeria, will be automatically fixed. It means you can't run away with money. It means money can actually come to you now. Now it's difficult for people to give money, brands to give money, companies to lend money, because you will run. You have money in your GT, but you put it in your access. But imagine a country where we have unified system. If you like, have money in 500 banks. When it's time to debit, we'll debit. People would have the right attitude towards credit and debt, and our country will grow. This is how I'm thinking. So whenever government is coming, these are the things I'm looking out for. These are the things I'm talking about. Because once we have it in place, we are good to go. We have a unified system for everything a Nigerian wants to do. Do you know, I was with a friend a couple of weeks ago, and I saw something that Kenya has. It's called e-citizen. If you want to register business, you want to pay school fees, you want to do it, you want to travel, you want to do your CACO, you want to get visa, whatever it is you want to do that has government inside, you can do it on that website. It's a one unified system. We can do that in Nigeria. These are the ways you need to be thinking. We have TIN, tax identification. We have this identification. We have this identification. Many identification for everything. Let's have one unified system. Let's see how people run away with money. Close down all these nonsense offices that are not bringing anything for anybody. Make it unified. You see how fast Nigeria will go. This is how you need to position yourself to think. So that when you have somebody in government or you enter government, these are the policies you shift. The policy shifts you are making. We are changing. There's a lot in technology. In some of you that are in the community, bunker community, this year, somebody said they wanted to build something and we went live and we built it in less than 45 minutes with an AI tool. You can prototype, build an MVP and go for seed funding. Abi, what do you call it? Pitch. You're pitching. You can write pitch decks in seconds now that fit your product with AI tools. Things are changing. You are still suffering, going through the hardest way possible to drive results. Network opportunities, access through people, communities and relationships. It's no longer hard to get access to a lot of people. That doesn't mean you should barge into anybody's DM. Still respect, honor, and serve people, but you have access to those people. You can send an email respectfully. You can request for something. You can offer something in exchange for another thing. The internet has breached that gap. Geographical opportunities. More jobs are coming to Africa. More jobs. People are hiring us because we are good, we are fast. But you don't have skills, so how will you know? Unserved markets. Gaps others are ignoring or underserving. The recycling business in Nigeria, people are not even paying attention to it that much. If people pay attention to that part of Nigeria, you see how fast our country will become clean and will grow. Money will be coming in like grass. Let's not even talk about AI or blockchain. Places that people are not even paying so much attention to. I found a company this year that if you want to start your own fintech, they will build everything for you. You will pay how much? Is it 5 million per year, which is 500,000 naira per month? You can own your fintech. You just concentrate on marketing and making money. Shikena. This is a market that nobody is touching. White labeling. People are not building white labeling companies for fashion, for digital products, for vehicles. Oh my God. There's so much opportunities in Nigeria. You can't keep thinking the same in this next year. No matter how hard everybody says it is, or even if you are experienced, you can't keep thinking like a poor person. And by all means, avoid poor people. People who can't think, they are poor. All right. Let's move. Next is media and platforms. We have audience platform where your target audience already spend time. You want to sell products, you are going to Twitter. When there is TikTok, there is Facebook ads. You want to meet professionals, you are going to TikTok. When there is LinkedIn. Understand this audience. Understand these platforms. Put out content everywhere. Video, text, audio, live sessions, newsletters. This is no longer the time to be sitting down and be worried about who knows you, does not. Go live. I'm on YouTube talking to you. I don't know a bunch of all of you, but you are listening to me and my voice is entering your heart. Tomorrow, if I have something to offer, you will be the first person to get in line. Do you understand? Platform strength. Understand which platform rewards you and be consistent in it. Try your best to go viral. Put out value. Build authority on those platforms. Let people know that you know your onion. Spread, distribute across multiple platforms. your product, your offers. Don't say I'm an Instagram person. What happened to Facebook groups? What happened to TikTok? What happened to WhatsApp? I lost my Instagram account of 9,000 followers. I now have 474 people on my new account. But all of you came from my WhatsApp because what? I built that platform, distribution. Turn your attention economics, turn attention into influence and income. When you start saying things of value, start creating products around it. You know how to design, create a course. Don't join all these foolish people and be shouting, oh, if you know how to do it, why are you creating? Create a course, pass this knowledge. That's how you show you know what you are doing. Create a program, create offers, do one-on-one sessions. Authority, influence, the money will come. Create packages. Don't sit down and wait for things to happen. Happen to things. Okay. Use your platforms to build trust, not noise. Keep sharing value every single place you are, and people will trust what you are saying and keep up to your word and just watch your growth in 2026. Do you understand? All right. A successful year is not built on effort alone. It is built on the right data, the right opportunities, and the right platform. Once you get these things in place, you can go anywhere your mind says to go. Do you understand? All right, let's go. Next is mentorship. Number 3, mentorship. It's your gateway to success and leadership. Now, when it comes to mentorship, there are different types, right? First is service. If you are just starting your life, nobody's going to pay you expert money. You don't have name, you don't have credibility. This is where you serve, right? You volunteer. Now, don't go and over-volunteer, because one of the mistakes people make is they're volunteering in 20 places and nobody is feeling their impact. Pick 1 or 2 places you want to volunteer and go all in. Let people know that you were there. Let people know that you showed up. There are people that if they volunteer for events and they want to set up an event, you will know that they were there. If they volunteer in any department, you can tell that they changed this department. They showed up and they changed the department. Volunteer. Serve. That's how you get mentorship. Some of you might not have money to afford mentors. This is how you do it. You volunteer. Another one is proximity. Work with somebody you want to be like. The closer you are, the more likely you are to become. I lived with my mentor for a year. There are things I can't say, there are things I can't do anymore. Excuses is no longer part of my lifestyle. Thinking small is no longer part of my lifestyle. And I didn't learn this by let me give you an example. I spent 1 year with my mentor, and there were a lot of things that changed about my perception about relationships, marriage, life, even being a husband, being a father. I woke up one night, 2 a.m., and my mentor is washing plates in the kitchen. And I'm looking at this 50-plus man washing plates, and he's listening to a message, and the song starts playing, and he's singing, and he's washing plates, And I asked him, sir, why are you washing plates? He said, first of all, it's my house. I want to keep it clean. I desire to keep it clean. And I love to do it. It helps me think. It helps me do this. It helps me do that. And he made washing plate look so beautiful. Now, me, I hate washing plates, but he made it look so beautiful. But the funny thing, because I've watched him do it so many times, which I eventually started doing because I stayed there. Now, in my own house, anytime I want to think, or I want to contemplate on a matter, or I want quiet, or I want to do something that, I would eventually come out with a certain result, but I just want that level of ease, I start washing plates, or I start sweeping my house, or I start cleaning my house. My partner knows that anytime she calls me and says, what are you doing? And I'm cleaning my house, she leaves me alone because she knows I'm thinking. Because that's the time where I'm sweeping with the brush. Every sound I'm paying attention to and I learned it from my mentor, proximity. That's how he calms himself. Even boiling egg and just eating egg, or frying egg and just eating egg, I learned it from my mentor too. Not answering people and talking to people anyhow, I learned it from my mentor. Being able to handle any kind of character and get the desired results, I learned it from my mentor because of proximity. I've taken on assignments that I didn't necessarily find funny, but I did them because I wanted to see the result. If this person is telling me to do them and I respect them enough, I should do it. And I got the desired result. The next is submission, the willingness to keep following. Sometimes your mentors will piss you off so bad you want to tell them, go to hell. Go to hell. But it's submission that will help you keep quiet. Even when you know you're right. Even when you know that what they are saying is old knowledge, it doesn't work, you keep quiet. You learn. That's how you know that you are being mentored. If your mentor cannot call out your BS without you spiraling, and it's the same with relationships. When people say, the Bible says man and wife submit to one another. How you know both of you are not submitted is that when one person is calling you out on your BS, you're already spiraling. You're not submitting. Submitting is not suppression. It's your ability to keep following, to keep learning, the willingness to submit under leadership, both male and female. Male have their own leadership. Women have the things that they do. Men have the things that they do. And the Bible explains it extensively. We're not going to go into that, but the Bible explains it extensively. This is how we are supposed to be thinking. So don't stop speaking bad about your mentor. Okay, he has a bad attitude. Don't tell everybody. It's nobody's business. It's a reflection of who you are going to become. So pay attention. And lastly, certification. It shows you understand things structurally. That's why we go to school, we get certification so that we can tell people that, oh, I know how to do step A, step B, step C, step D, step E. That's how you get the certification, really. So get it. Go back to school. Take that course. Take that training, that master class, that webinar. Take it. Get certified. Stop beating around the bush and waiting for magic to happen. Go back to school. Enroll. Do you understand what I'm saying? Get mentored. You will win in 2025 if you understand the right things to do. Do you understand? Now let's move over to friends and partners. There's a saying that show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. It's not a lie. There are 6 things I need you to do when it comes to friends and partners. Number 1, choose your friends by yourself. Stop letting people choose you. Choose your friend. Decide these are the metrics people would have to pass through before they become my friend. Because somebody was vulnerable to you about their nonsense, they are now your friend. Somebody told you one secret, they don't even call it secret, which is no longer a secret now that you know it, they are now your friend. Choose your friend by yourself and have important metrics. What are the belief systems of this person? How does this person think? Where's this person going to? What's their goal? Am I willing to stay with them if things get rough? What's their attitude? Choose your friends by yourself. Stop letting people choose you all the time. Number 2, give before you take. Give more than you take. Some of you are old takers. You are always taking. My guy did this for me. They are always doing for you, but there's no scenario in which you are doing for somebody, male or female. You are not doing nothing for anybody. Your job is for everybody to give you, but you never have enough to give. If you never have enough to give somebody, no matter how small, you are not even supposed to be in that person's life. You are an old taker. Witchcraft. That's what you are practicing. If you are in somebody's life and you're unable to even do something for them that's meaningful to them, that adds value to their life, you're a witch. That's witchcraft. Do you understand what I'm saying? So from today, make that a decision. Don't drain people. Don't take, anytime you can ask any of my friends, you can't leave me and you're not feeling like you can change the world. You're not feeling like you can do so much with your life. Because I've made a decision that whoever I call my friend, if you meet me, when you live in your house, we are only thinking about how do I grow. You are my friend. The country is already, people say the country is already bad enough. Things are already bad enough. The world is already bad enough. What should I add to it? My job is to make you feel comfortable. You are going to go and visit somebody, buy ice cream, buy a drink, buy bread. Every time you're coming empty-handed, buy something. Buy fuel. Your guy gives you a lift in the car. buy fuel. Buy fuel in their car. Give them something. Buy engine oil for their gen. You're coming to charge in somebody's shop every day. It didn't occur to you that you can pay for something. You can buy something in that shop. Be a person of X, that you are giving, a giver. Somebody will give you rice every time they come back. It did not occur to you that during your own birthday, you should give cake. Oh, they already have enough. Change that attitude in 2025. Be a giver, no matter how small. Sometimes people don't even need the gift. It's the thought that counts. But let them see that thought play out in action. Next is strategic partnerships. Where are you going to in this life? Who is already on that road? Who is there already? How do you get access to this person? How do you serve this person? How do you build a relationship with this person? It doesn't matter if they're older than you or not. It doesn't matter if most of us, one of our biggest mistakes is that we take our friends for granted. I thank God that one of the advices my mentor gave me is that never take your friends for granted. The amount of jobs my friends get, this year, God used all my friends, all of them. From giving me international jobs, Nigerian jobs, personal jobs, many of my friends. I taught at a university to master students from different countries. It's a friend that called me this year and said, can you take a session, a 3-hour session? I said, I did for you. Somebody said, can you build an app? Somebody's asking, I did for you. Can you build my website? I did for you. Don't take your friends for, because you guys are laughing, because you know their secrets, you know their weaknesses. You cannot talk to them anyhow. Don't take your friends for granted. Your friends might not have the money, but they know the person with the money. I learned that in February. I messaged a friend, I want to do so and so. The person says, I don't have the money for this. But the person connected them with somebody who is willing to pay 10 times what I was requesting for. Strategic partnerships. Stop sending very high-placed people WhatsApp messages. Send a mail. Be respectful. Send a proposal. Somebody wants to work with you. You are sending them message half-half on WhatsApp. Not even being clear or articulate. You are using very terrible punctuations. No, you don't know how to present yourself as an authority. You're just doing anyhow. Strategic partnerships. You don't know how to put yourself into people's hearts. Sometimes you do free work, not because they'll take you for granted, because you want to get access to this person. A client of mine told me this year, they had paid me good money, but they said the thing that caught their attention, the thing that made them fall in love with me, was a project I did for them. That project was so huge, they know if I had charged them for that, they would even block me, say they don't want to work with me ever again. But I did not. I thought about it. I said, no, I understand this problem. I'm not going to charge for this. And immediately I work on that, they put me on retainership. Strategic relationships, strategic partnerships. Sometimes my mentor will say, follow me to this event. You don't know how to follow. Stand by me, behind me. You're always raising shoulder. Nobody can call you to order. Nobody can talk to you. You cannot be buoyed to anybody. That's why you are where you are today. You are not getting the results you want. Do you understand what I'm saying? Number 4, know the difference between your core friends, your acquaintances, your colleagues, and your mentors. Many of us don't know the difference. We call everybody friend. Your colleague is not your friend. If push comes to shove, you will leave that company. They will make sure you don't get that promotion. Your colleague is not your friend. You people came there to work. Leave your family matters at home. When you get offended, you have told everybody about your man. Oh, men are terrible, men are scum. He doesn't do this. Tomorrow, your colleague collects your man. You see them, they send you wedding invitation card. You are surprised. You are crying. Oh, people will betray you. Why would they betray you? Because you don't know the difference. Your core friends, you don't build core friends in 3 weeks. It takes years to build. You guys have gone through thick and thin. It doesn't still mean that they cannot cut your eye. That's why you still need discernment at the end of the day. But there are core friends. There are acquaintances, people that you know from work, people that you know from, working together, projects and all of that. But you know that if push comes to shove, there are things you can never tell them. If not, you see it on a podcast. Acquaintances. Your mentor is not your friend. This is a leader. This is somebody that you submitted under. Just because they are laughing with you does not mean you should blur the lines of respect and loyalty. Understand these relationships. Understand who is your core friends. There shouldn't even be many. Highest 3, 4 people is even too much. Understand who your acquaintances are. If you say something today, you should be able to trace it if you hear it somewhere else, who you told. But you have friends that are, the guy tell me, not tell anybody. Not tell anybody. This is what they tell you, not tell anybody. And then don't tell anybody, tell anybody. And then it reaches your ear, and the person that's telling you, say, this person tell you, not tell anybody. Be careful. Not everybody is your friend. It's not every testimony you share. One of my lessons in January was I shared a testimony with somebody in December. The person pulled the rug under my feet in February. I won't forget it in a long time. I've forgiven the person, but he taught me a lesson. Because this person is a colleague, an acquaintance. We don't know each other too much. It's just time. They have not passed the metrics of becoming my friend. And I gave them access to my life and my winnings and how God has blessed me. And they pulled the rug in such a way that I used my teeth to hit the ground. I was so hot. I went to God and I was crying. After God finished consoling me, God said, "You're not quiet. You don't know the difference between friend and acquaintance. That's your problem. But I'm going to tell somebody I don't like you like that." Learn the difference. Number 5, make only quality relationships that serve you and serve others. But service must be going on. Quality relationships. Don't be making friends with poor people. I say it with my full chest. Avoid poor people. Complainers. Avoid them. Anybody that is complaining close to you, block their number. I'm not saying somebody who's coming to you for the first time and say, okay, this is what I'm going through, but I work it out or work it out. Can I get ideas on somebody that you've spoken to them 25 times and 26 times they've complained? No solution, no trajectory on how they're going to change it. Block their number. It's not a crime. God will not hold it against you. Block their number. Complainers, poor people keep making bad decisions even after advice. People who keep doing things that will damage their lives consciously. Those are poor people. Avoid them. Best you can do is give them the gospel. Good news. Avoid them like a plague. Do you understand what I'm saying? Poor people are not people that don't have money. You will tell a poor person is someone who constantly makes a decision to destroy himself consciously. Every day, doing things, saying things, acting in ways that will destroy himself. He's 100% conscious. He knows this thing will kill him. He's still doing it. The poor person. You can't have that kind of person. You understand what I'm saying? And finally, we have community. Find one and join one. All of you that are always standing alone, stop it in 2025. Find a community. People that pray with you, people that read with you. I'm joining a book club in January. They invited me. I'm going to join. I want to start reading more books and talking about books, talking about different ideologies, analyzing different mindset theories and all of that. Some of the things I'm saying here is communities. So I joined and I heard some. And I researched on it and it made sense and it was beautiful to teach. Communities, find one and join one. Oh, my church. Me, I know they do all these church things. I cannot become a worker. Join one. Join one community in your church. Join one in your school. Join a club. Join something. Just don't join court. But join something. Join a community. Somewhere, something that people are moving forward. They are moving, taking their life forward. They are moving in a certain direction. Join. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you must have a good year, you must fix your friendship and your partnerships. And this is how you do it. Now let's move over to the next thing. Your finance. Money answereth all things. If you are going to make a lot of money in 2025, 2026, There are a lot of things that you need to do, right? I'm going to speak like I have money, right? You need to track everything. You can't grow if you can't track. It's simple. You're not tracking because you want to make anybody happy. You track everything. Your life grows in response with what you can track. Anything you can track, you can improve upon. Because when you are tracking, you can tell, okay, this is the error, these are the issues, this is the challenge, this is where I messed up, this is where I need to. You are tracking everything. This is my income. Oh, I wasted too much money on airtime. Who am I talking to? Do these people drive results for me? No, no more talking except it's sales calls. My data, I'm subscribing 120 gig. TikTok is showing that I use 40 gig to watch TikTok instead of tutorials or YouTube tutorials for growth. I'm not tracking this and it's eating my money. So I'm spending 150K a month and I cannot account for 90,000 that is being wasted on things that are not driving results for me. But now that I'm tracking it, I know. So next month, I'm channeling this money to something productive. That's how you grow in life. Tracking. You can't scale, you can't grow, you can't improve upon anything if you don't track it. Money is always available. There's money everywhere. You need to know how to fit into the system and take yours. But that is highly dependent on your knowledge, your skill, your network, and your capacity. You are praying for 10 million. You don't have product you are selling. You don't even know how to say. You don't have skill. You don't know anybody. You don't have knowledge. You don't understand systems and structure. And you think God will throw 10 million at you. No, now. Oh, there's no money. You lie. There's money. Fix your time. Fix your skill. Fix your network. Fix your knowledge. Prepare for much. Capacity. Prepare for much. They say they are going to share a lot of food and you came with one tiny plate. What happened to coming with cooler? What happened to coming with drum? Don't play. It's 2026. Find a way. Tell yourself, I must create offers that continuously bring me income, no matter what it is I'm doing. I must. Next is problems and solutions. Money responds to solution, not to problems. So find the problem and create solutions around it. Your money is in the pain of others. Your money, I said what? Your money is in the pain. Once you solve the pain of other people, money begins to flow. Now, raising money. You can raise any amount of money you want if you understand how to break down money, create offers, and execute fast. Let me explain to you what I mean. Let's say you want to raise 1 million naira, right? First thing to do is to break it down to the simplest format for yourself. So if I want to make 1 million naira, I need to be able to break it down to 50,000 naira, which means I need 20 people to make money. So 1 million doesn't mean 1 million to me again. 1 million means only 20 people. Now, 20 people. The next question I need to ask is, what offer can I give somebody that will pay me 50,000 naira? Can I design 20 flyers for 50,000? No, I can design 10 for 50,000. So I need 20 people who are willing to pay me 50,000 to design 10 flyers for them. Can I do video editing? Yes. Can I do content writing? Yes. I need 20 people. Can I build website? If I build website, I charge 150K for website. How many people do I need? 4 people gives me 600. 6 people give me 900. 7 people give me 1,050,000. So I need 7 people that I will build website for, and I'm able to raise 1 million naira. You see how interesting this thing is? So you move from, oh God, I need money, I need this, I need, to saying, God, I'm going to get 1 million, but I need to raise so and so. All I need is 7 people. You're thanking God for those 7 people. You're running ads, you're dropping your flyers, you're creating content, and it's going around, finding the right people. Finding the right people. And the moment it finds the right people, you give them your offer, they pay you money, they are not dragging anything, they love your offer. They are looking for you. What you are looking for is also looking for you, but are you prepared? Are you prepared to serve it? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's how you raise money for anything. Now that you have 1 million naira now, right? You have raised 1 million. Let's say it costs you, let's say 200,000 to, or let's say 400,000 to deliver on the job. Now you have 600,000. Inside 600,000, you have 400,000 you use for ads, and you can use the 200,000 for your personal life. Now you have 400,000 for ads. If you have 400,000 for ads, you can now run ads to generate up to 3 million naira. Now for 3 million naira, you need a high-end product. You need maybe a product of 300K that you can sell to 10 people. So you generate a lot of leads. If you generate 500 leads and you close 10 at 300K, now you have 3 million, and you repeat the process over and over and over and over, and your result is increasing. Do you understand what I'm saying? The results can be repeated, but do you know how to repeat it? It's not today you make 200,000, next tomorrow 20K, next tomorrow 500K, next tomorrow nothing. Your results must be repeated. Influence. Your ability to control how things are done will always get you paid. Anybody who has worked with a serious company or a company of any kind, and you can navigate yourself, that's carry yourself to such a way that anytime they want to make decision, they have to ask you first. You can't be out of cash. You can't even say you are leaving. They will offer you unbelievable amount of money. You can't even say you are leaving. Because anytime they want to make it, they know you are smart enough. They know that this person's suggestion drives results. But because you are nothing to your company, you are just a bystander, somebody who collects salary at the end of the month, nobody needs you. You have no influence. Influence is not popularity or virality. It's the ability for you to effect change wherever you are. In your church, nobody's calling you to any department because nobody knows what you do. You're always sitting at the back, keeping quiet. You say church people don't connect. You don't effect any change. In your family, same thing. Nobody feels your presence when you come back home. And you wonder why everybody is fighting and everybody wants you to go home. Go back to your house. Do you understand what I'm saying? Next is structure. Putting structure to everything around your life automatically increases your income. Once you put structure, hey, oh my God, I've been doing structure for the past 4 months and I can tell you my life has grown. See, when you're doing structuring, this is how it works. If you are going to close, let's say 10 clients, and you say these 10 clients, this is the process I'm going to take to deliver results on all of them. I'm telling you, you can do 500 clients in 1 year because your process, your structure is set in line. If you say, I'm going to work on only 4 things every day, you are going to be having results. This morning I woke up, I was bent on only one thing. Create your slides. Create a slide that when people are watching, they will love it. They will admire it. They will say, God, this guy put in effort. And I spent 4 good hours creating this slide. Funny enough, I'm going to show you. Funny enough is a couple of weeks while I was preparing for it, I had written down everything I wanted to say in just 2 pages. But I said, no, I will sit down and I will think and I will break it down. Structure, process. That's how you create authority. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So to get your money right, track everything. Understand that money is always available. Solve problems. Learn how to raise money. Learn how to effect change. And add structure to everything. Put structure to everything. And you will scale. Next is influence. Attention, change, and result. Now this is how influence works. You need knowledge first about something, anything. Whether you can cook, you can dance, you can jump, you can write, you can educate. You need knowledge about anything. What do you know? Next is to create content about it. What have you created about what you know? This is the question you need to ask. Next is the attention. Who is seeing what you know and where are they seeing it? Is that the right platform? And then what questions are people asking you about what you know? That's how you build authority. From the question, when people are beginning to say, okay, how is this done? How is this done? You know you're building authority. Then say what you know and tell them how to get it done. By the time you start telling people what to do, that's change. You have built influence. But you don't create content. You don't even have the required knowledge. You don't create content. You're not posting on the right platform. You're not answering questions because you are too proud. And you can't be talking to people because you have 19,000 followers. and you're not effecting any change. Nobody's life is changing from your opinion. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there are things you must do. If you want influence, knowledge, content, attention, authority, and change, your life will release. Your life will be transformed. Influence will come. You don't need money to build influence, but you need knowledge to build influence. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you need to get ahead. No more playing small in 2026. Create. It doesn't matter. Nobody say. Funny thing is that people don't even care about your surroundings. Create. You're working on the road. Create. You're working in the farm. Create. Put out stuff. If somebody from a bag and I can blow on TikTok this year, even from the tiny stuff that he knows, and people are calling him and doing stuff with him and all of that, you can. People have gotten viral for very tiny things. People have gotten on stage for less. People have started speaking in public for less. Gotten, changing the way companies think for less. And you, with so much knowledge, you are keeping quiet. It's time to be influential. Don't play with your 2026. Next is business. And we are going to be fast about it because I talk about business all the time, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Find a problem and decide what the solution will be. Build solution, build frameworks, build different things around that solution. You find a problem in skincare, find the solution. There's a solution for it. Sit down, think, research. Do you understand what I'm saying? Find a problem, decide what the solution is. Turn your solution into your product, into products. Design offers. Design your products to have many options. That's why they will sell foundation. They will sell like 15 different colors for you. It's the same freaking thing, but different tones. Microphone. They will sell, the same company will do like 15 different types of microphone. Same thing, same service. Look at this mouse, for instance. Look at this. A normal mouse goes for like 3,000 naira. This transparent mouse is going for almost 15,000 naira. Look at this. Products, same products, different design, different structures, different things. Create offers for your product. Different things. As a web designer now, I teach web design. I have a course. I have one-on-one teaching. I have yearly mentorship. And I also work with organizations to be their coaches on different web design programs that they have. The same product, the same knowledge I have, split into different offers that people can take. I also offer it as a service to different businesses. Do you understand what I'm saying? Turn your solutions into products and design your products to have many options. It's all about offers. Find a way to get attention to that product. Let people give you money for the solution you are providing, not for free stuff. We should start paying you for what you know. Start collecting the money for the expertise that you have. Put out your flyer, put out your branding, and sell this product. Don't play. Generate leads. Put out those forms. 10 people fill it. Call those 10 people. You do a webinar, 3 people attend. Talk to those people. Get paid for your expertise. Get paid for your knowledge. Get paid for your skill. Create things around your skill. That's what we're talking about. Systems and structures. Set up how you intend to deliver the solution. Let it be organized and repeatable even by a stranger. If a stranger comes into your company and doesn't know how things are done, you don't have a system or structure. Don't have system or structure. If somebody joins you and is confused, you can't tell the person A, B, C is how we do it. Don't know what you are doing. Can't repeat your results. If you don't know what it takes to generate 50 leads in your business, you can't repeat results. You can't. You are going to be hoping on fear. The data is supposed to help you. Structure. When a client joins your company, what form do they get first? How do you deliver their products? How do you talk to them? What kind of calls do you get with them? What confirms that job? A client reached out to me how many days ago that they want to do website for somebody. And then the person they wanted to do website for messaged me. I said, I'm not talking to you. I told the client, I'm not talking to this person until I receive payment. And the client say, how about now? I said, that's it. Payment confirms conversation. But you already start talking, knowing fully well that this person might not even pay you. Create different payment plans. Somebody should not have a conversation with you and their money goes. Okay, it's 5K, they have to do, collect it. They will bring it, collect it. Tomorrow they will pay 25. Create different plans, systems, structures to deliver products. And be prepared for large things. I was listening to someone who said he's been praying for lots of deliveries and all of that, but he didn't set the structure, and he was procrastinating about it. One morning, a product that people usually just order like 500 pieces, 300 pieces, somebody ordered 50,000 and they could not deliver because they will mess the work up, because they refuse to put the systems and structure in place for that kind of work. So today, if God sends you 50,000 customers, do you have system and structure in place? And lastly, growth and scalability. If it's working in a small area, expand. Try it in other areas. Try it till you have all the areas covered. Okay, you sold to one person. If one can buy, 10 can buy. 10 can buy, 50 can buy. 50 can buy, 500 can buy. Grow. As far as your eyes can see. As you are going, be documenting your lessons. Note what is working, what is not working. That's how you grow a business. Business don't pass like this. Problem, offers, marketing and sales, structure, scalability, don't pass like this. Anywhere in the world, not pass like this. Just different, small units that will not make the whole thing large, make it easier. But this is everything about business. Once you understand this, you are good to go. You can scale. You can go anywhere you want to go to. And finally, number 8, new things. Creation is proof you were made by God. And God is always bringing new things. New things. Seek to know new things. Some of you, is what you learned in 2022 that's in your head. Seek to know new. This year, one of the things I learned how to do very well is to work with code. I learned how to code a little bit, CSS, JavaScript, HTML, again, because I know how to go, but I learned it over again. I learned how to integrate with AI. I learned how to build plugins on Figma. I learned so much new stuff this year. I paid for some new nice courses that I took. I practiced with AI. I learned how to build 3D models with AI tools. Learn new things. Seek to know new things. Research, document them, document your thoughts. If you check, I have a journal. I can't open my journal. It's on my laptop. But I can't open my journal because probably see what's in it. There's a journal for ideas. I have a place where immediately I think about something, I open it, I write it down. Immediately, whether I'm in the bathroom or I always go to the bathroom with my phone anyway, so I just clean my hand and I type. Even if there's soap on my hand, I clean my hand, I type before the idea will fly away. And I start to act on it. Document your thoughts, your processes, and your findings. Find out if it has been done before, how it was done. Are there faster ways to get it done? What worked and what did not work? Strategize. This is how you build strategy. What is working, what is not working? How do I go from point A to point B? That's how you go. That's how you strategize. Don't overanalyze. Implement. Act fast and note your results. Act fast, note your results instantly. Get the benefits. Note what worked and what did not work, and then repeat what worked. Whatever is working, repeat it until it stops working. That's how you work with new things. Decide in 2026, I will do new things. I will do new things. It's like where God says, relax, I will do a new thing. You say this year, I will do a new thing. That's how you grow. So we've talked about quite a number of things. You get your spiritual right, you get the right information, the right mentorship, friends and partners, the right friends and partners, you fix your finances the right way, you get the right influence, you build influence the right way, you build your business the right way, and you try new things. Those are the 8 ways, 8 strategies you can use to win at anything in life. Are we getting somewhere? Now, let's talk about how to increase your income your influence, and your impact. Money comes to you in two ways, as seed and as bread. Money comes to you as seed and as bread. You are to eat one and you are to plant. Every time money comes to you, you must keep money for bread and also keep it to plant back, to return back and bring more income for you. Many mistakes people make is whenever they get money, fiam, they've eaten everything. They don't even wait. Some of you even borrowed ahead. That thing you want to buy, how important is it? Your money is supposed to be going to things that will benefit you. And how do you plant? You invest in things that will bring you money. Invest in yourself, invest in people, invest in products. You pay for knowledge. You pay for access to some tables, to some chairs, to some gatherings. You pay for knowledge. Then you go to school. You understand what I'm saying? You go to school. That's what we're talking about. You go to school. You go and learn the right thing. Go to a design school. Go to a content school. Go to an acting school. Go to a film school. Go and get your business management degree. Go and get your MBA. Go and get your doctorate degree. Go and do your master's. Get the knowledge. That's where your income should be going to. And it should be seed or bread. Anything that would help you grow. That's how money comes to you. In these two ways. Seed and bread. Nothing else. And how do you create influence? You are causing change, whether you believe it or not, good or bad change. With your complaint, you are causing change. People are no longer listening to. People are becoming negative the more they come close to you. And you cause influence. The way you create influence is you talk. You create stuff, you create products, offers, or whatever. You talk, and then you build things. You build people, you build networks, you build communities, you build products. That's how you grow. That's how you build influence. That's how you cause change. And how do you give it cause impact? Every interaction with anyone leaves a perception with them. Every time you talk to somebody, you meet somebody, that is how they are thinking about you. And how do you create the right impression to make good impact with what you are sharing, what you are giving, and how you are connecting? You share, you give, and you connect. Some of you, I slide into your DM and ask you, how are you? I have a curated BC list that I just sent to about 1,500 people. How are you? What's going on with your life? And I hear a lot of things from people. Some people say, oh, it's broadcast, they won't respond. Some laugh, some make a joke, but some are very honest about what's going on. And I connect with those people. I'm able to drive impact. I'm able to talk to them in different ways. They're able to feel better. Tomorrow, when I'm doing something, they carry it on their head like Jericho. You give. I do free webinars. I create content. I share materials. Sometimes free, sometimes paid. But impact is going on. That's how you increase your income, your impact, and your influence in 2026. Don't make that mistake of just being a person who everybody knows, but nothing is flowing from you. You must make that shift. Do you understand? Now, finally, creating business growth and long-term impact. This is the last part, and we're going to call it a night. Growth is designed, not hoped for. Do you understand? So you're hoping for things, but if you design the kind of good that you want and you take those actions, you'll be able to get the outcome you want. The next thing you need to do is you need to build for sustainability, not speed. Build something that will last. Fast money without structure leads to burnout. Sustainable growth considers capacity, people, systems, and cash flow. When you are building for sustainability, the systems I have in place, can it stand the test of time, and is money flowing? Pay attention to these things. That's how you build sustainable growth. Solve real problems consistently. Impact comes from solving problems people are willing to pay for. Long-term businesses are built on recurring value, not one-time wins. When you can repeat your results, that's how you grow. Systems are makia. Do you understand what I'm saying? Build people before you build scale. Growth is limited by the quality of people you work with. Invest in leadership, accountability, and culture. People who have worked for me know that I'm very big on your skill. Can't work for me and I've got many things for you to, many courses for you to learn. And all we will have personal conversations that will help you. You know, I know what is wrong with you. I know how to handle you. You know, I help you grow. Build people before you build skill. Measure what matters. Track your revenue, your retention, your referrals, and your results. What you measure improves. What you track improves. What you ignore will decay and it will die out. So make that decision today. Do you understand that? Gain. Avoid decisions that damage your trust for short-term gains. Stop lying to customers. If you can't deliver, just be honest. Can kill a lot of things in your business. Reputation compounds faster than marketing spend. When people can trust you, they can put you on retainership. Who can pay you 50K can pay you 5 million. One of the things I've learned in business, you do it well, you do your business well, who paid you 50K can pay you 5 million. Build authority, not just what? Attention. Visibility brings traffic, authority builds trust. As a solution, not noise. Create value beyond yourself, beyond the founder. A lasting business works with or without you because you have systems and structures in place. Impact is measured by what you continue, by what continues when you step back. If you disappear from your business, they can continue moving. If you are not around, yourself with people. Understand that no two persons are the same, which makes you unique. Embrace your uniqueness and use it to your advantage to solve problems and provide solutions for people. I hope you enjoyed this session. Before you go, I would like first such an amazing session. This was such an amazing session, and I want to introduce you to something. I'm going to be doing a 3 days master class. It's a practical class that guides you step by step to create a system that delivers you income of nothing less than $1 million every month. If you've not made it, we're going to find out your best entry point to make money in 2026. We're also going to create offers and products around it. I'm also going to help you launch your process. So your ads process, everything you're going to need to get that money in, to get that person to pay you. We'll set it up and finally, by January 2026, that's January 31st, 2026, we're all going to come together and say, this is how much this plan delivered for us. It's a 3 days master practical class. So there's no, they say, or do this and do, no. If I give you templates, different things to do, you will bring out your be able to make money in 2026. I want to help you make your first millionaire in 2026. Now, if you want to join this masterclass, it just costs 25,000 naira. The link is on the screen. Just go to bit.ly/KST26. Sign up. You'll be added to the group. And I don't have money. You're not gonna say I'm broke. You're not gonna say, oh, there's no money in this country. We're going to help you find that money. No matter the thing you are doing, you're going to find the money in it. I have some people who have already paid, but they didn't pay 25,000. They paid over 300,000 for that. That's a different class. You get access. So I'm just going to post it on my status. If you want to sign up this night, for those of you who have my number, you can text me on 07047812399 on WhatsApp. I'm always active. If you want to pay through an account number, that's fine. Send me a message. I'll send you my account number to pay, and I will be added to the group. Say practical steps to prepare you for the year so that money will be made. Do you understand? Thank you very much, guys. I'm really grateful that you attended this JumpStart conference, and I hope I've been able to help you jumpstart. Now you have to kickstart with Thank you so much for attending, and I'll see you in 2026. Thank you very much, guys. It was lovely speaking to you people. If you have any questions, I think I will be taking questions now. So I'm just going to stop sharing, and I'm going to be taking questions right now. Yes, I'm going to be taking questions right now. Yeah. If you have any questions, please ask me in the chat box, and I will be able to answer them. So I'm just going to be here for 4 minutes. And if I don't get any question, I'm going to open the group, and you guys can, ask me your question on the group, and I'm going to answer. Also, I'm going to open the JumpStart group for those of you that are on the group, or if you have my number or any of those things, please send me a message or a screenshot about how you enjoyed this class and all of that. And, the amount of people that message me or text me will determine if I leave this video as live, because I want to take it down. This is a super product that I want to give. Anybody I give this to, your life will change. So I don't know if I want to sell this particular webinar later, or I want to leave it free for everybody. So if you text me, I might make my decision from there. But thank you very much, guys, for attending. I'm just going to wait for 4 minutes, and I'm going to really, I would love your questions to come in, but I'm very grateful for this session. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Thank you for showing up for STMO. 2026, we're going to do more stuff. We're going to be providing many things. New things are launching, new products in different industries are coming forth. You're going to have an amazing time. Thank you very much, guys. And if you have questions, just ask me in the group. Okay, no questions for now. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much. Do have a lovely night rest. See you in 2026. Bye-bye.